Hi, I'm going to read to you today from John 15, verses 1 to 17. Today's passage is from the Message version of the Bible, and it's the vine and the branches. I am the real vine, and my Father is the farmer. He cuts off every branch in me that doesn't bear grapes, and every branch that is grape-bearing he prunes back, so it will bear even more. You are already pruned back by the message I have spoken. Live in me, make your home in me, just as I do in you, in the same way that a branch can't bear grapes by itself, but only by being joined to the vine. You can't bear fruit unless you are joined with me. I am the vine, you are the branches. When you're joined with me and I with you, the relation intimate and organic, the harvest is sure to be abundant. Separated, you can't produce a thing. Anyone who separates from me is dead wood, gathered up and thrown on the bonfire. But if you make yourselves at home with me, and my words are at home in you, you can be sure that whatever you ask will be listened to and acted upon. This is how my Father shows who he is, when you produce grapes, when you mature as my disciples. I've loved you the way my Father has loved me. Make yourselves at home in my love. If you keep my commands, you'll remain intimately at home in my love. That's what I've done, kept my Father's commands and made myself at home in his love. I've told you these things for a purpose, that my joy might be your joy and your joy wholly mature. This is my command. Love one another the way I loved you. This is the very best way to love. Put your life on the line for your friends. You are my friends when you do the things I command you. I'm no longer calling you servants, because servants don't understand what their master is thinking and planning. No, I've named you friends because I've let you in on everything I've heard from the Father. You didn't choose me. Remember, I chose you and put you in the world to bear fruit that won't spoil. And as fruit bearers, whatever you ask the Father in relation to me, he gives to you. But remember the root command, love one another. Well, we recently did this passage at Bubble Church, and the families were given a bowl of raisins, and they were asked the question, what do those raisins feel like? And after that, they were given lovely, plump, juicy green grapes, and again had to squeeze them and say what they thought, what they felt. Now, that's a good analogy for us, for a grape falling off a vine, withering in the sun, and when we squeeze it, what are we going to get out of it? It's dry, it's empty. But with a grape, a nice juicy grape that's still nurtured and attached to the vine, if we should squeeze it, it will be full of juice and full of love. It's been tended by the gardener who loves and built our creation and our creative world of trees and plants. And he wants to nurture us, but the only way he can do that is for us to be connected to him. If we do try and leave him, or things get in the way and we become disconnected, then we will wither like the raisin. We need to stay attached to him, full of juice, full of love. And we can't give to others if we're not full of love ourselves. We can't run on empty. So I do love that analogy of plants and trees in the Bible. They're symbols of God's creation. They're used as metaphors for people, for wisdom, for the kingdom of God. And Jesus says, you are my friends. He doesn't call you servants, he calls us, you friends. And that's because he tells us everything that the Father has told him, he tells us. And now it's our turn to go as disciples and tell others of what he has told us. Now, recently in our Grow group, we did an image of a tree And so as we end this passage, I'd just like you to close your eyes and use the imagery of a beautiful, fruitful tree that's been planted by streams of water. So close your eyes and think, what kind of tree are you? How green are your leaves? What kind of fruit are you bearing? How much? Now survey your roots. Do they go down deep, or are they close to the surface? Will they sustain you through the terrible winds of fierce storms? Do they go deep enough to get water during droughts? Just take a moment to offer yourself as a tree to God the gardener. Hear his still small voice in your heart as he seeks to encourage you closer towards him as both the water and the light of life.